This has puzzled me for many years. In every large town in Singapore, you will always have an integrated mall or condo super nearby the MRT station. In Sengkang, you have Sengkang Grand. In Bedok, you have Bedok Residence. In Woodlands, you can say Rosewood is fairly near the MRT. And in Punggol, of course, you have Watertown. And in Jurong East, you have J Gateway and Jayden. But in one of the top 5 largest towns in Singapore, there is no new condos near the MRT. So where am I talking about? None other than the town of Tampines. After a super hyped up few months launch of projects like Emerald of Katong, Chuan Park, Nava Grove and the upcoming Ori, there's one project that hasn't gotten much attention yet. Parktown Residence is an upcoming new condo launch sometime in Q1 2025, which means January, February, March. And the reason why I say this hasn't gotten as much attention yet is because it is a love-hate kind of an estate. People who live in Jurong or Woodlands will say that Tampines is ulu, and vice versa. People who live in the east will always laugh at people in the north and in the west and say, wow, go to your house, you don't need to bring passport leh. So if you're a diehard Westie or Nordy, if there's such a word, I think this is probably not for you. But for the east side, best side folks, I think this is something you might want to check out. So how are we going to do this video? We're going to break it down into 3 parts. Number 1, we're going to do a brief overview of the project to cover some of the basic details of this project. Number 2, we're going to cover 3 reasons why you should buy or should not buy this project. And number 3, we're going to cover things that you should take note if you want to buy Parktown Residence. Okay, so for the brief overview, Parktown Residence is situated right in the middle of the entire Tampines North New Town area, which is surrounded by BTOs that have either just MOP'd, going to MOP, or just collected their house keys. It's a total brand new part of Tampines and it feels like it's a town by itself. The mixed-use development site at Tampines Avenue 11 is a joint venture project by UOL Singland Consortium and CapitaLand Development. Total site area is well over 545,000 if that means anything to you, but what we know at this time of filming now is that there will be 1193 units, so it is quite a mega project. Okay, one funny thing I need to share with you, even though we don't have much other information like the site plan and the floor plan that will be released soon, but one thing I can almost guarantee you is that through my years of personal observations, any project that has CapitaLand as a developer, the car park will be very, very good. Because this developer builds all our malls in Singapore, they know how to build a basement car park that has good signages and turns that just make sense. Okay, if you don't believe me, just go to this condo called the Interlace and you will see what I mean in their basement car park. Okay, so I digress. Back to the point. While Tampines already has 3 big malls, we have also been crying out for more retail spaces so that not everyone crowds at Tampines Mall, Century Square and Tampines One Mall. So thankfully, Parktown Residence will house a 1-story podium block consisting of retail, commercial, community hub, hawker center, bus interchange, community facilities and 2 basements of retail and car park, and also 2 blocks of 6 to 7-story and 8 blocks of 11-story and 2 blocks of 12-story residential flats. So think of it this way, it probably looks a bit more like a Sengkang Grand Mall, or maybe it looks more like a Bedok Mall type of size and design. It will of course have direct access to the Tampines North Cross Island line that takes you to places like Pasir Ris, Punggol, Hougang, Ang Mo Kio and all the way to Clementi and Jurong Lake District. Unit mix wise, there will be 1 bedroom plus study all the way to 5 bedroom. So 3 reasons why you should not buy this project. Number 1, if your family, work, your life revolves in the north or western region, then really, I don't see a point why you should consider Tampines because it is not going to fulfill your purposes. So however attractive this project is, the price, the design, the size and everything, the location itself won't suit you. So don't need to consider. Number 2, this next one is interesting. If you are a first timer and you're making just around 16k combined income or slightly below, and you are lucky to already find the love of your life, then please, don't buy this project. Why I say so? Because if you qualify under the narrow eligibility of an EC, there's an upcoming EC that is called Aurelia of Tampines that is launching right beside this project that may potentially launch somewhere 400 to 500 PSF cheaper. Of course, for EC, the trade-off is that you have to commit time because you are obliged to stay for at least 5 years. So if you're unsure which one is better for you, reach out to me. I'll explain to you personally based on your situation. Lastly, number 3, if you want the 1 km to the famous 3 schools in Tampines, namely St. Hilda's, Poi Ching and Gongshan, then of course, sadly, this condo project will not have that. If you are an alumni member or already have a child in the school, then it's fine. You don't need the 1 km. But if you require it to increase your chances, then this may not be suitable for you. So now, on to the 3 reasons why you should consider this project. Number 1, if you are an investor but your appetite is smaller, then this project is something you might want to check out. Yes, I love Emerald of Katong, I love Chuan Park, I love the Oris location, but the project itself, the location comes with a much higher price tag. For this OCR region, your entry price will definitely be much friendlier. And what I like is that if you are an investor looking for 1-bedroom or 2-bedroom condos for rental, Parktown Resi will be the only project that has 1 and 2 bedrooms in this vicinity. So how do I know that? Typically for ECs, we seldom see 1 and 2 bedrooms being built. Tenet does not have any, which is an EC right beside. So currently we do not have the unit mix for Orel of Tampines yet, but my prediction is that they will not have 1 and 2 bedrooms too. So with an undersupply of 1 and 2 bedrooms in this vicinity, I think this is worth looking at. Number 2, if your family is close by in the vicinity like Tampines, Pasir Ris, Simei and Bedok, and you already have your child's primary school settled, and if you want to focus your funds on other investments rather than putting it to a car that will just depreciate, then this project is suitable because of the accessibility of it being right on the MRT station and the bus interchange. Traveling around will be ultra convenient if you are sending your kids to school or visiting your family around the area. Okay, number 3 reason why you should consider this project. If your income has unfortunately or fortunately crossed 16,000, and if you are a second timer, meaning to say you have already bought a BTO or EC before, then the ECs that are launching are not available to you anymore. So this project will be more suitable for you because you don't have to pay any resale levy on it, which can be up to $55,000 in cash. So last part, things to take note of this project. Norwood Grand, which is a new condo in Woodlands near the MRT, sold 84% on the launch date at an average of about 2,067 per square foot. So I don't think Tampines is going to be any cheaper if you believe that Tampines is a better estate. So if we take a typical 1,044 square feet 3-bedroom condo, prices will surely be about 2 million to 2.1 million thereabouts. So that's why you need to work out your finances first before even heading down to the show flat. If you have an EC HDB that's already MOP, sit down with your favorite consultant first to understand 2 things: the finances and the timeline procedures of how to move your funds from the existing flat to the next flat and what to do in the interim. Okay, one more thing. Even if you believe that this project has potential, stack and unit selection is very, very important. Don't just go for the highest floor with the best view because the premium you pay for it may not be the premium you get back in the resale market when it comes time to sell. Okay, this video can go on and on and on, and I have lots more to share with you another time. But if you want to find out more about this project or just need more personalized advice, here's my number that you can see on the screen and you can reach out for me for a review. Thanks and see you.